Welcome to Joy Newsroom. I am Amisi Nyamche Thompson. In the next hour, the Electricity Company of Ghana to begin IPP debt payments by next week, as part of agreement reached on Friday.
Agreed on numbers across board for everybody, and everybody knows what they have to do and get back to us by the middle of the week. And when they do that, whatever needs to be credited to them will be credited to them immediately.
Meanwhile, a former finance minister said TECPA is questioning why government is not sticking to the ESLA payment plan.
Problem that we brought onto ourselves, and I think that the government brought it itself.
Also, these are the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nanaba Apia Amfo, has urged policymakers in the country to create an enabling environment for entrepreneurship.
Our policymakers must embrace innovation, create an enabling environment for entrepreneurship, and foster a culture of research and development as embodied in the works of His Excellency K.V. Sahasa.
And the Secretary General of the Building and Construction Workers Union of the TUC, Richard Asamoah-Mensah, wants government to ensure companies operating in Ghana respect the laws governing labor rights in the country. There's many more stories coming up this hour. We'll be right back. The Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, says it has reached an agreement to start paying independent power producers from next week. According to Managing Director Samuel Dubik Mahama, payments will start after the IPPs complete this side of the agreement. The Chamber of Independent Power Producers called off an intended shutdown on Friday after a fruitful meeting with government to get a 30% payment of their $1.73 billion debt. Here are excerpts of a statement issued by them suspending the planned shutdown.
Following fruitful engagement with the Electricity Company of Ghana, the IPPs have agreed to keep operating their power plants after July 1, 2023. As part of the understanding reached, all the IPPs have received an offer of payment from ECG to enable them operate in the interim, thereby providing the government of Ghana and ECG the needed grace period to address the outstanding arrears in the energy sector and to meet their contractual obligations. The IPPs are optimistic that this agreement reached will yield the desired outcome of providing a permanent resolution to the energy sector debt, failing which they will be left with no other choice than to revert to their earlier decision to shut down without any further notice.
Well, Managing Director of ECG Samuel Dubik Mahama has been spilling some details of the agreement on Newsfile a while ago.
ECG is seeing some level of growth now. It's seeing some changes in the way it's doing it's performing its duties. And through all of this, we believe strongly we can close a certain gap. There is evidence of that, and that's what we shared with the chamber. Through that, I don't want to go further because of some disclosure issues. We shared certain numbers with them for certain periods moving forward. So in effect, we've ring-fenced up to June debt. And we are trying to, as part of the World Bank conversation was, we would have to stay current moving forward. So we've ring-fenced that up to June. And then now we are going to make sure that from July going forward, we stay current based on some form of a negotiation that we had with them concerning how power is going to be dispatched and how the energy and capacity conversations have gone. So we have a very good working formula. Be that as may, let me clear this point. ECG is a unique company. It's unique because it cuts across 3 sections. At some point, the company is a social company. At some point, it's an operational issue. At some point, it's financial. So if you look at it from only a financial standpoint, great disservice. If you take each of them individually, great disservice. But the moment you're able to find a nice balance between the three, where everybody understands their role, guess what? It will not even be about the money.
Okay.
Because now I can say they've understood me to some extent, so maybe I can brag. But imagine if somebody throws at you and says, hey, X, Y, and Z, we are not going to move from there, even if you show them what it is, then it's not going to work. But at least after what they saw, they now see the new trajectory of growth, the new understanding, and the transparency. So that's the buy-in for us to be able to move forward now.
Right. So they had demanded that if you don't put down 30% of the 1.7 billion, they were going to shut down. What have you given them?
Would you be surprised if I said we've not given them anything?
Okay, they say there's an offer of payment.
So the truth of the matter is this, and again, it's about conversations. When there's uncertainty, there's panic. So until you are able to let the person calm down, give them the level of certainty they need to operate, they will always be panicking. So we've agreed on numbers across board for everybody, and everybody knows what they have to do and get back to us by the middle of the week. And when they do that, whatever needs to be credited to them will be credited to them immediately.
Well, a former finance minister said Tekpe has also been delving into the situation and says the debt crisis between government and the independent power producers is self-inflicted. According to him, the situation could have been avoided if government had remained faithful to the ESLA payment arrangements. He was speaking to journalists at the second EMISA Arthur Economic Forum at the University of Ghana.
When it comes to the IPPs and the state-owned enterprises that deal with energy, we found a solution to those arrears, and that was ESLA. In fact, part of the ESLA flows was to be used to resolve the problems of the IPPs. Because I'm not going to go into, who caused what and the rest, which we have been debating, but the arrears was there, right? We know today, and we started using it to, for example, tackle VRA debt. Why VRA? Because during the doomsday crisis, it was VRA, because of the lack of supply of gas from Nigeria, they had to buy, crude oil at expensive prices to generate the power. And all the IPPs produced, they were not paid. So ESLA was to resolve that. And I have to say that if you look at the ESLA revenue that is coming, flowing, 33 billion Ghana cedis to date, and another 33 billion. And I'm quoting from the ESLA report. The goal of using ESLA to resolve those arrears should have been achieved. Of course, when I say 33 billion and 66, we also had the contractors element, enhanced road levy and the rest. So those arrears were to have been, paid, whether who caused it or not. What did we do? We collateralized it, right? And today, the flows are not even enough to pay for the loan, collateralization is the loan that we took, right? And we have found ESLA as part of the domestic debt restructuring. So this is the point I'm making, that we should just remain faithful to the goals and ideals. And remember, ESLA was debated in Parliament extensively, and it would have taken 3 to 5 years, including IPPs. So it's a problem that we brought onto ourselves, and I think that, the government brought it itself. And I think it is important that, we reach an amicable, solution.
Away from that, the founder of the African Center for Economic Transformation, Dr. Kingsley Yeboamwako, says Ghana must build a stronger, committed national consensus towards resolving its economic woes. It's also about changing the economic policy architecture of the country. He made the call at the second Kwesi Emerson Economic Forum, also at the University of Ghana.
The second KB Emisa Arthur Economic Forum was used to celebrate and recognize the contributions of the late Kwesi Emisa Arthur to Ghana's economic frameworks. Chaired by the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nanaba Ampiamfo, the event was graced by the former President John Dramani Mahama, former Ministers of State, party stalwart, former vice-chancellors of the University of Ghana, spouse as well as children of the late vice president. Delivering the keynote address under the theme Economic Policy Making in Ghana, Lessons Learned and the Way Forward, head of African Center for Economic Transformation, ACET, Dr. Kingsley Yebuamwaku said despite Ghana experiencing relative economic growth in the last decade, lack of commitment towards economic transformation and inconsistencies in policy implementation remain the bane for Ghana's economic woes.
We came out of century with a consensus, but only among a privileged few. Between 2000 and 2020, Ghana has experienced 13 years of rapid growth, including years of very rapid growth. Despite the strong growth rate, its development has been marred by debt and energy crisis, large trade and fiscal imbalances, and a lack of long-term consistent planning.
Calling for a true national consensus building under the Compact for Economic Recovery.
A lack of long-term consistent planning.
Calling for a true national consensus building under the Compact for Economic Recovery.
He was upbeat that if the level of destruction being caused in the exploration of the country's resources is not checked, Ghana may lose gravely. Reporting for Joy News, Richard Kwejenya-Akon, Accra.
Now, the president of the Ghana Greater Accra Markets Association, Mercy Afro-Anijan, has called for the involvement of market associations in critical national planning to help build efficient food ecosystem. Madam Mercy Nijan says market women play a critical role in the economic ecosystem, especially agriculture and food value chain, so must not be left out in critical planning processes. She made the call at the 4th Annual National Precision and Quality Control Conference. Yes, more in this report.
According to Madam Mercy Afro-Anijan, President of the Greater Accra Markets Association, market women play a critical role in the economic ecosystem, especially in the agriculture and food sustainability value chain. Yet, they are often ignored in deliberations regarding the value chain contributing to the gaps in the system. She says there is the need for market associations to be involved now.
Let me tell you, it's not like that. We have people in the market that are graduates, teachers, nurses. I, for instance, I was a teacher before coming into the market. So whatever they do, whatever decision they take, please, they must involve us. Because we have our methods and we also have our mindset, what we want. Maybe those in the offices, we don't want to work before coming into the market. So whatever they do, whatever decision they take, please, they must involve us. Because we have our methods and we also have our mindset, what we want. Maybe those in the offices, we don't want what they do, but we have a method that we can use to accept what we want.
Founder and CEO of DTI, Constance Elizabeth Swanika, on her part, said,
accept what we want.
Founder and CEO of DTI, Constance Elizabeth Swanika, on her part, said